everyone, today I read Harry Potter episode Sorcerer's Stone. The next chapter was so dark they couldn't see anything at all, but as they stepped into it, light suddenly flooded the room to reveal an astonishing sight. They were standing on the edge of a huge chessboard. Behind the black chessmen, which were all taller than they were and carved from what looked like black stone, facing them, way across the chamber were the white pieces. So Harry, Ron, and everyone shivered slightly. The towering white chessmen had no faces now. But what do we do? Harry whispered. It's obvious, isn't it? Said Ron. We've got to play our way across the room. Behind the white pieces, they could see another door. How? Said everyone nervously. I think, said Ron, we're going to have to be chessmen. We walked up to a black knight and put his hand out to touch the knight's horse. At once, the stone sprang to life. The horse pawed the ground, and the knight turned his helmeted head to look down at Ron. Do we have to join you to get across? The Black Knight nodded. Ron turned to the other two. This one's thinking about, he said. I suppose we've got to take the place of 3 of the black pieces. Harry and everyone stayed quiet, watching Ron think. Finally, he said, now, to be offended or anything, but neither of you are that good at chess. We're not offended, said Harry quickly. Just tell us what to do. Well, Harry, you take the place of that bishop, and everyone to go there instead of that castle. What about you? I'm going to be a knight, said Ron. The chessmen seemed to have been listening because that this was a knight, a bishop, and a castle turned their backs. Empty squares which Harry, Ron, and everyone took. White always plays first in chess, said Ron. Peering across the board, said, yes, look. A white pawn had moved forward 2 squares. Ron started to direct the black pieces. They moved silently wherever he sent them. Harry's knees were trembling, but if they laughed. Harry moved diagonally 4 squares to the right. Their first real shock came when their other knight was taken. The white queen smashed him to the floor and drenched him off the board, where he lay quite still, face down. Had to let that happen, said Ron, looking shaken. Leaves you free to take that bishop, everyone. Go on. Every time one of their men was lost, the white pieces showed no mercy. Soon there was a huddle of black players slept along the wall. Twice, Ronald only just noticed in time that Harry and everyone were in danger. He himself darted around the board, taking almost was many white pieces as they had lost black ones. We're nearly there, he muttered. Suddenly, let me think. The White Queen turned her black face towards him. Yes, said Ron softly, it's the only way I've got to be taken. No, Harry and everyone shouted. That's chess, snapped Ron. We've got to make some sacrifices. I'll make my move. A shield take me, that leaves you free to checkmate the king, Harry. But do you want to stop Snap or not? Ron, look, if you don't hurry up, he'll already have the stone. There was nothing else for it. Ready? Ron called, his face pale. But determined, here I go now. Don't hang around once you've won. He stepped forward and the White Queen paused. She struck Ron hard around the head with her stone arm and he crashed to the floor. Everyone screamed but stayed on her square. The White Queen dragged Ron to one side. He looked as if he'd been knocked out. Shaking, Harry moved 3 spaces to the left. The White King took up his scroll and threw it at Harry's feet. They had won. The chessmen parted and bowed, leaving the door ahead clear. With one last desperate look back at Ron, Harry and everyone charged through the door and up the next passageway. What if He'll be all right, said Harry, trying to convince himself. What do you reckon next? We've had sprouts. That was the devil's snare. Flitwick must have but put charms on the keys. I'm gonna go transfigured the chessmen to make them alive. That lived the cruel spell as Snape's. They had reached another door, all right, Harry whispered. Gone. Harry pushed it open. A disgusting smell filled their nostrils, making both of them pull their robes up over their noses. Eyes watering, they saw flat on the doorway in front of them a troll even larger than the one they had tackled, out cold, with a bloody lump on its head. I'm glad we didn't have to fight with that one, Harry whispered as they stepped carefully over one of its massive legs. Come on. I can't breathe. He pulled open the next door, both of them hardly daring to look at what came next. But there was nothing very frightening in here. To the table with 7 differently shaped bottles standing on the thin line. Snape's, said Harry. What do we have to do? They stepped over the threshold and immediately a fire sprang up behind them in the doorway. It wasn't ordinary fire either. It was purple. The same instant, black flames shot up in the doorway, leading onwards. They were trapped. Look, everyone sees a roll of paper lying next to their bottles. Harry looked over her shoulder to read it. Nature lies before you. Wherever safety life lies behind. 2 of us will help you. Whichever you would find. 1 more or 7 will let you move ahead. Another will transport the drinker back instead to a our number. Hold on, Neville wine. 3 of us are killers waiting hidden in fine. Choose, unless you wish to stay here for any more. To help you in your choice, we give you these clues for first. However slowly the poison fries to hide. You will always find some on Neville one's left side. Second, different are those who stand at either end. But if you would move onwards, neither is your friend. Third, as you see clearly, all are different size. Neither dwarf nor giant holes that in their insides force the second left and second down the right are twins once you taste them. Though different at first sight. Hermione let out a great sigh, and Harry, amazed, saw that she was smiling. The very last thing he felt like doing. Brilliant, said Hermione. This isn't magic. It's logic, a puzzle. A lot of the greatest wizards haven't got an ounce of logic. They'd be stuck in here forever. But so will we, won't we? Of course not, said Hermione. Everything we need is here on this paper. 7 bottles. 3 are poison, 2 are wine. 1 will get us fatally through the black fire, and 1 will get us back through the purple. But how do we know which to drink? Give me a minute. Hermione read the paper several times. Then she walked up and down the line of bottles, muttering to herself and pointing at them. At last, she clapped her hands. Got it, she said. The smallest bottle will get us through the black fire. Towards the stone. Harry looked at the tiny bottle. There's only enough there for one of the first, he said. That's hardly 1 swallow. They looked at each other. Which one will get you back through the purple flames? Hermione pointed at the rounded bottle at the right end of the light. Drink that, said Harry. No, listen. Go back and get Ron. Grab rooms from the flying key room. They all get to one up the trapdoor, and past Fluffy go straight to the old lair.